Bonsoir Cecilia, comment vas-tu?
Bonsoir. And that's all you're going to get out of me.
Bonsoir, ça va bien. It's a PAY360, it's the end of the day. You moderated a panel, it's been very busy, very productive. How did it go?
I think the panel went really well. I really enjoyed it. The women were amazing. They gave input. We did a panel on diversity. And what I enjoyed about it is that we talked about so many different areas of diversity. We didn't just focus on just women and versus men in the workplace. We touched on a lot of different things, which was good.
Okay. And we talked about that before your panel as well. It should really not be a men versus women.
No, and unfortunately, when people bring up diversity, that's automatically what they go to is there's not enough women, and men are going to feel bashed. But we talked about so many different aspects, and one of the things that I think was important, we talked about diversity and inclusion. So diversity and inclusion are two different things. Somebody mentioned it at a dinner party I was at the other day, where diversity is kind of like being invited to the party, and inclusion is like being asked to dance once you're at the party. So
I like the analogy, yeah. That's interesting. uh, well, you've done so much in your career, so I don't know where to start. No, I know where to start, but I'd like to find out more about Cecilia. So you had you're a leader you were a leader in many organizations in financial services, I think both sides of the pond, right? COO, so you've got great expertise there.
yeah.
And more recently, of course, you launched your initiative to support women, so Tech Women Today.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know everything. But now, if you want to step back a bit, so what's your experience in financial services?
Yeah, I've done quite a few different things. I started off my career doing derivative structuring, working in investment banks, so I pretty much grew up on a trading floor. And from there, working in those types of businesses, they are tech businesses, so quite early on in my career, I got a lot of exposure to how technology can help to grow businesses, particularly banking businesses, capital markets businesses. And at that point is where I really started to fall in love with tech and really seeing it as a business enabler. So then I really started to move more in terms of tech delivery and really understanding trading systems and platforms, and eventually moving into more management of tech as a business in terms of COO roles, which I definitely enjoy because it's quite entrepreneurial in a lot of ways. So then I had the entrepreneurial bug, and I started a couple of my own initiatives, and one that I'm particularly proud of is Tech Women Today. And of course, working in technology, I saw that there was a lot to do around trying to promote and advance more women that work in technology. But the gap that I saw in the market was also around female entrepreneurs who were non-technical, but yet they needed to understand technology and leverage technology in order to grow their businesses. So Tech Women Today not only seeks to advance women that work in the tech industry, but also seeks to help women that are non-technical female entrepreneurs understand how they can use tech to take it to the next level with their business.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic initiative, and I'll tell you more about it in terms of scope and what's coming up as well, and what you need to take it to the next level. But if we step back for a second, if you allow me, can you talk us through Prometheus?
Prometheus.
That's my
Yes.
French pronunciation, sorry. Prometheus? Okay, yeah, no, exactly, sorry.
Yeah. When I was at Citigroup, and I was COO of Markets and Securities Technology there, one of the things that I noticed within that role was that a lot of our female talent were leaving the organization. And I thought, you know what, I really want to do something to sort of address that pipeline issue that we were having. These were a lot of talented women, and I thought, you know what, we need to start something where it's going to help to develop them as leaders. So I started a program called Prometheus. I thought, how great would it be for us as senior managers within the organization to identify that top talent that we thought really just needed to be developed and have the right exposure to management in order to take their careers to the next level. And I remember that first group that got together in London, and they didn't even really know one another, many of them. There weren't too many of them to begin with. And the transformation that I saw within that group over the course of that first year of them going through the Prometheus program was incredible. So many of them got promoted. So many of them really developed their relationships just not only with other senior managers within the organization, but also amongst themselves. And I think that was the greatest thing that I saw out of Prometheus, was just women supporting other women, and that really helped them to grow their careers and just on a day-to-day basis. So I thought, you know what, I want to continue this even outside of this organization, and that was really helped me to start Tech Women Today.
No, and I imagine it must be so gratifying as well, and you must feel so happy or proud when you see those people making those connections and then supporting one another.
You do,
it's
and
quite special.
Yeah, and it's still going on, and I think that's another key thing also that I've always tried to do within my career. I think that it's important, just as leaders, that we're doing things within our positions that are really going to impact the development of people, professionally and personally. It's something I've always been quite passionate about with every organization that I've worked in, and I really view that where if you're going to be a leader in the organization, you really need to understand what are you doing that's really going to leave a legacy. And of course there's hitting your targets and doing your objectives and just being a manager, but in terms of leadership, I think it's really about what are you going to do to leave that legacy, to really make an impact in people's day-to-day lives and their careers.
And I totally agree with you, but I talked to Anna, the same thing. I said in my core, actually, at my core, I still strongly believe that today there's a lot of issues, especially in large organizations. One is recruitment, the way we recruit people. Mm-hmm. We don't necessarily insist on the right criteria or dimensions, which could help find even better people or be more suited to the corporate culture, whatever that means. I don't really understand that anyway. And it's rare to find those leaders, male or female, men or women, it doesn't matter at all for the sake of it, yes. Who can be real leaders. And what is a leader? I mean, we could spend hours. What is a leader? Is it someone who is a people person? Is someone who just takes the business forward at all costs? Someone who runs by fear, or someone who understands the weaknesses, the strengths, and leverage them, mm-hmm. and help you develop and become a leader yourself. And I think it's a fascinating topic, but I think it's so much deeper than that would be too limited to say inclusion or diversity. It's like a big issue we've had for years and years and years and years. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can definitely go on and on about what it takes to be a good leader. I think the key things are definitely around being authentic. I think that's number one. You have to be that type of person that people believe in. You are who you say you are. You're the same person in front of your peers as you are in front of your directs, as you are in front of your boss. I think that makes people respect you and know who you are as an organization. People aren't going to follow you if they don't know who you are. I think another key thing is just around having integrity, and I think that that's especially key within the industry of tech, banking, any industry really, is that being able to have that trust of your clients, of your peers, of your team, I think are key. So in my opinion, leadership, if you keep it on its most simplistic terms, it's those items around authenticity and integrity.
And I think that's a good summary. I personally would add reputation, not from a vanity standpoint, but to know that people, you're someone people respect, you're someone people can talk to, you're someone who can help them, lift them, and take them to the next level. That's something I always resonated with, but I totally agree with you, yeah. It's not every day that I get to interview the Oprah of tech, so I have to say I was really excited. Like when a few days back we connected and you say, yes, sure, no problem. Yeah. So I've heard like that through the grapevine, that maybe a company managed to recruit the best, the Oprah of tech, maybe a blockchain type of company trying to reestablish trust in specific industries. So is it true? Is it real? Is it a CEO job? Can you say the name? What side of the Thames it is? Is it Chelsea? Is it Shoreditch of Canary Wharf? That's my question.
Oh boy, the Oprah of tech. That's quite a compliment. Yeah, I've sort of been tagged with that over the years. And I think that's mainly because Oprah, who is definitely a role model and just an incredible leader and just person, I think the great thing about Oprah is that she's always taken an interest in developing people and also just encouraging people to be the best version of themselves and to really be accountable and take ownership for everything within your life and really recognize your power and to use your power. So I hope that I'm somewhat able to achieve just a little bit of that, or help people to think about those things also that Oprah helps to do. In terms of yes, I'm very excited about a new role that I'm going to be taking on. So I'll be the Chief Operating Officer of Quant Network, and I'm so...
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited about this opportunity because working over 20 years within banking and tech, I think one of the things I've seen, especially in the last several years, just in the industry in general, is that there's been an erosion of trust within the industry. And one of the great things about technology, which I'm so passionate about, is that technology is definitely a business enabler. It helps organizations to grow. It helps society to grow and advance. But there's been a lot of mistrust lately around tech, the industry, banking, I think just across a lot of just business in general. And the company that I'm going to, with the focus being on blockchain technology is it's one of the most powerful dynamics within tech that's entered into the industry in years. And I think that what I'm so excited about and passionate about is just how this technology can be used to bring back trust within the industry, to really put forth solutions that are going to help to bring integrity around data and technology systems and just bring that trust back, which is so desperately needed right now. So I'm very excited about working at Quant Network. I think that the work that's being done and the technology solutions that are being developed are really going to deliver impact in a way where it's not just going to make a difference to one particular sector, such as financial services, but it's something that can go across multiple industries, different sectors, and that's what's so exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You don't think that the commute will be too overwhelming going up north to King's Cross?
Well, I've always been commuting into Canary Wharf, so it'll definitely be, a better commute. But, it could have been in another country, and I would have been fine with commuting to go there.
No, I know the feelings. I'm really, really, really pleased for you, and I can't wait again to see how much you're going to achieve in so little time as soon as you are officially, part of the organization. So thank you very much for that. Well, we took a lot of your time already, so I think it's time to go back to Norman. So I will... This is a private joke, sorry. Dogs lover, please reach out on YouTube or Twitter. I'll explain. No, but thank you so much for your time. It's always an inspiration to spend some time with leaders, men or women like yourself. And I really hope we'll keep in touch and we'll work together again soon.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Cecilia.
Really appreciate it. Merci beaucoup.
De rien. À bientôt. Thank you.